Dude, I hate to sound like a 23-year-old boomer who's just screaming at the sky. But I think I've officially hit that when I was a kid age. Because what is it with some of these Christmas lists that Gen Alpha are writing up? Why does it look like a Schneed Notes app list in a 20-year-old girl's phone? And on top of that, these hauls that the parents of these Gen Alpha kids are posting to TikTok is giving, I want to feed into my child's social media addiction rather than being a parent and not gifting a literal 9-year-old skincare from Sephora that she doesn't need! Okay. It's too early into this video to be acting this way. Caitlin, stop it. You're embarrassing yourself. It's just kids truly don't need the things that they're coming up with for these Christmas lists.
This is what I got my 10-year-old for Christmas.
A 10-year-old?
I had a lot of comments asking for a haul on what I got Talia and Tommy. First, she wanted these things for your face, as she's really into skincare. They're so pretty and sparkly.
I love how most of these parents who are buying skincare products and tools for their kids don't even know what the it does or is. For all we know, this 9-year-old could be a huge fan of watching Get Ready With Me's on TikTok from girls in their mid-20s who are using these rollers, but I'm certain that your 9-year-old doesn't need to tighten and tone her 9-year-old skin. She barely just left the womb.
Then she wanted this High Smile toothpaste.
It's so funny because I know that this toothpaste in particular is considered aesthetic and high-end by the influencers on TikTok who tend to shove this product in our faces any chance they get. But is it just me, or would you genuinely be upset that your parents gifted you a tube of Colgate for Christmas? Like, I get it, it's high-end, it's aesthetic, and but toothpaste for a Christmas present is definitely a choice. Because it's like, what are you trying to say, Mom and Dad? My breath stank? Well, you. I hate you, Mom. I hate you.
She also wanted this Ordinary skincare. Then I got her this Sol de Janeiro spray. I think that's how you say it. It smells so nice. And then the kids were kindly sent these smartwatches and AirPods from Tickers, so I kept them for Christmas. The colour is so nice. Talia loves them. And then I got her first Pandora bracelet. It's actually the cutest thing ever. And I got her a tea because her name's Talia. And now she can collect them throughout the year and special occasions. And then I got her these little book things. She loves these. I got a bow because her name's Talia Bow. And every time we go in Tesco, she reads this book, so I got it for her.
You know what? Actually, I'm surprised that in the end, this kid at the very least, got some age-appropriate gifts. Because it seems like parents are really struggling this year to try and find what kind of presents I should be gifting my under 10-year-old children, which it's so simple, yet social media makes it to be so hard. But I'll always have a hard stance against gifting children skincare for their young faces to suffer from. It is not only pointless, but you do know you can tell your child no. Like, I feel like when these Gen Alpha kids get older, they will have a really hard time hearing the word no because they were never told that as a kid. I don't even remember washing my face until I was like 12, and that was with the Nivea stuff at Kohl's. My parents would tell me all the time, wait until you're older and you can get this, wait until you're older and we'll tell you that. I quite literally remember sitting at a bus stop with my mum when we were really, really, really young. I think I would have been around like 5 or 6, and I saw what looked to be a hairy thumb graffitied on the bus stop wall. And I was like, Mum, what is that? Is that a hairy thumb? And she's like, you'll know when you're older. I'm not telling you right now, sweetheart. That exact same logic can be applied to whenever kids are asking for skincare products this Christmas. They not only don't need it, but if you're not already using those skincare products yourself, Mom, why are you buying it for your 10-year-old?
My daughter's Christmas wish list presentation.
So, my first thing I want is Dior perfume. This one specifically.
Okay, let me just collect myself for a moment, or I'm going to lose my motherfucker. Bro almost turned into Jonathan Davis for a second. Okay, so the kid is 10, mind you, which means asking for a Dior perfume is way out of bounds. It's out of line. And I really hope that this mum doesn't give into that shit. The perfume, mind you, is almost $300. The most expensive perfume I currently own are the Victoria's Secret body sprays and that one Britney Spears perfume. I'll put it on the screen right now. Oh my God. I love that $25 smell. But the point that I'm trying to make here is that I'm a 23-year-old adult woman with no real responsibilities in terms of children. The only children I have are my 2 cats, and babes, they are pretty cheap, honestly. So could I afford a Dior perfume for myself given the fact that it's only really me I'm looking after? Yeah, probably, but am I gonna do it? No! There is something about paying almost $300 for a perfume that really makes me want to spew, because my grocery bill at the moment is $200 a week. That's for my partner and I. All right. Can I eat that Dior perfume? No. Can I drink that Dior perfume? I mean, if I tried, maybe. But what business does a 10-year-old have wanting a Dior perfume? It blows my mind. Like, why? Why? Either these kids don't have an understanding of a dollar, or they're watching way too many TikTok influencers who are shilling this false lifestyle to the kids, to the viewers who consume that kind of content. When I was 10 years old, I was only really allowed to use the Hello Kitty body sprays, and you know those impulse sprays? I don't know if they sell them in America or other countries. I'm only saying America because y'all are pretty much the only people who watch me. I can acknowledge though that the kids of today are watching content creators, especially those over on TikTok. And so when I was a kid, I was looking up to older family members, you know, like your older cousins who were spraying impulse everywhere they went, coming back from a day of shopping with their friends, holding the hot pink Supre bags back when Supre actually had cool clothes. And I wanted to be like them. But now the kids are wanting to be like the TikTok influencers. So I get it. I understand that. But in the same breath, no kid should be wanting something like a Dior perfume, at least just yet. You're 10. You're 10.
And then I want Apple headphones the color Starlight.
So far, we're at a total of $1,180 for this 10-year-old's Christmas list. All I can think of is how weird it is that this 10-year-old thinks that they're 25, that they need the most expensive headphones on the market at the moment, which I don't even know if those Apple headphones are any good. Hate me all you want, but I still have my Beats from years ago that my parents got for me for Christmas, because it's just, I don't understand. Like, okay, hold on, my thoughts are going way too fast right now. Yes, the Apple headphones, they're really aesthetically pleasing to look at. They look very sleek, they look very clean, they look very, you know, like the clean girl aesthetic, I get it. But a 10-year-old doesn't need that. They don't need top of the market, top of the range headphones, which again, I don't know if they're any good. I can't exactly say they're top of the range, but they're almost $1,000. The problem is though, these items are trendy as on TikTok. So what happens when that goes out of trend and something more expensive comes on the market? Well, you're already feeding into these wants. They're not needs. Because it's like, it's not even the kid's fault whatsoever that parents are giving in to this kind of behavior. Christmas is already an excuse to overconsume on a mass scale rather than the day of the birth of Christ, which is somebody who is not religious. I won't be celebrating the day for that. I will be celebrating it with my family as I have always done. But it's like, you can say no to these things, and if they still want headphones, get them more appropriate headphones. It's not that the Apple headphones aren't age appropriate, they just don't need them. They're 10 years old. They get stains on their clothes all the time. They don't really know how to take care of expensive items, and obviously that doesn't go for all 10-year-olds, but a 10-year-old doesn't need $1,000 headphones. I don't care.
And then I want Tree Hut Sparrows.
Okay.
And I want jelly cat plushies. And these that I want Snally, like peas.
Everything that this kid wants is literally TikTokified. They're all products you're seeing being posted to TikTok on the daily that are giving these kids a false sense of identity. If only you had this Stanley, you would be cooler. If only you had this body scrub, you'd be prettier. And it encourages these kids to have a lack of identity as they boil their worth down solely to what kind of products they own. And I know that it's kind of always been that way in a sense, but it's even worse nowadays because if you don't have a Stanley Cup, people are going to bully you at school. It's just that this kid is 10 and is already being influenced by everything that they see on TikTok.
And then I want skincare sets and nails.
And there it is again. There it is again! These bright colored, aesthetically appealing, pretty little bottles that contain nothing that a 10-year-old needs. 10-year-olds want. I think it's just such a culture shock for me personally, as every single Christmas, I never wanted anything like what these kids are getting nowadays. And I know that sounds so old and so boomerish, but all I can remember getting is age-appropriate gifts. Hell, I really don't even remember what I got before I was 10 years old, if I'm being honest. Like, I didn't really care for perfumes all that much or any of these kind of expensive items that are being put on these Christmas lists. And I see so many Gen Z people who are like, dude, I don't even remember even being into any of this kind of stuff when I was 10, when I was 11. And it's because none of these products were such a present thing in our everyday lives. We didn't have TikTok. We didn't have Instagram. We didn't have all of these apps, you know, where we are constantly seeing this stuff being promoted as this will make your life better. This will make you prettier. This will make you more liked at school. Because unfortunately for Gen Alpha, there is barely any form of social media that targets them in an authentic way. Nothing that really understands them, nothing that really gets them. So these kids kind of have to rely on their idols being trend hoppers who overconsume. And it wouldn't be such an issue if it wasn't encouraging kids to grow up at such a young age at a rapid rate, and further the mass consumption of things that they just don't need. Like, is it not the slightest bit concerning that as the years go on, the kids are losing interest in childlike joy and having most things on their Christmas wish list be shit like skincare, perfumes, and Stanleys? Why do the kids want to live like TikTok influencers in their 20s, and why are parents allowing it? 10 years old nowadays is like the new 15, 16 years old, which is concerning to say the very least. This mum on TikTok posted her haul of what she got her 10-year-old daughter for Christmas, and not one present in the mix is age appropriate besides that stupid cup and straw. Apologies to anyone, by the way, who is currently chugging down on that very cup and straw. But it's just like, did you really have to buy the mini Stanley too? And a lot of the comments on this TikTok in particular are quite interesting because it kind of just shows us that these parents are yes men as opposed to parents. Mine is also 10 and her gifts look a lot like this. Can't force toys they won't play with on your kids. I respect my daughter's wish list, lol. And hey, look, I'm glad to see that the comment ended off with getting the 10-year-old a age-appropriate gift, but it doesn't take away from the fact that you can absolutely force your 10-year-old to uninstall TikTok off of their device, as pretty much the only reason they want these things is because they see it all the time on TikTok. Try and tell me I'm wrong. Try. I respect my daughter's wish list. You can most certainly respect their wish list. But do you really have to go out there and buy them the most expensive, non-age appropriate skincare? No, you don't have to do that whatsoever. The same goes with makeup. They're only 10, not 15, not 16, 10. And I honestly, you know what? I really don't care if there are going to be parents coming at me in the comments being like, well, you wear so much makeup, blah, 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 blah. I'm 23. I'm 23. I am 13 years older than these kids. And there is an argument to be made that not even I need the most expensive skincare and makeup at that. I just truly don't see why you'd give a 10-year-old Rare Beauty and Laneige lip care. They are 10 years old. If they don't want to use what's at CVS, then go without. Because here's the thing, right? I understand wanting to give your kids the entire world and then some for Christmas this year. I just think a lot of these gifts could have been saved for these 10-year-olds until they turned, at the very least, like 13, 14. At least then, they'd have a lot more understanding on what to actually do with those products, rather than just slap it on their face every 2 minutes because they think that they're in a get ready with me TikTok. When my daughter sends me her Christmas wish list, and now I have to be concerned because I now know she can't recognize a broke person when she sees one. I know I keep asking why, but I really am hoping that some of these parents of these Gen Alpha kids can help enlighten me here. Why is it that y'all are so afraid of letting your kids know about the financial situation of the family? Because it's like, from a very young age, I understood the financial situation of my family. Like, I was very, very aware about that. And the thing is that a kid can have all of these expensive items on their Christmas wish list. You don't have to get them though. You don't have to go into debt to do that. I know that this capitalist society has brainwashed everyone into believing that you must spend a whole bunch of money on Christmas presents, and not only just spend a whole bunch of money, but you need to get a bunch of Christmas presents in order to be a good parent. No, you don't have to do that whatsoever. If they have Apple headphones on their Christmas wish list, get them a money appropriate pair of headphones. You don't have to get the Apple ones, because at the end of the day, they're only 10. They are still going to be happy. Not everyone has money. It's just the truth of the matter. Look, not all Christmases of mine have looked extravagant, and I'm sure that so many of you can relate to that too. And guess what? That's so normal. It is. Okay, I know that I may be a bit much in my videos, but that's just because I like to think with logic as opposed to how a lot of people on TikTok think. I could not even imagine being a parent in 2024, if I'm being honest, because a lot of y'all don't know how to be honest with your kids, and a lot of y'all don't know how to say no either.
Get the kids the baby toys this year. I was talking to another mom, and she mentioned that her daughter had put Play-Doh and Barbies on her Christmas list. And she was like, well, I don't want to get her any baby toys this year because she's too big for that stuff.
If you have a 10-year-old child putting down on their Christmas list that they want Play-Doh and Barbies for their Christmas present, should consider yourself quite lucky. That is quite literally a very normal Christmas wish list for a 10-year-old. Is that the reason that a lot of these kids want these big ticket adult items for Christmas? Is because this is how y'all treat your kids as soon as they turn 10? My 10-year-old is too big for toys. That is just idiocy at its finest, love. And it really pisses me off hearing this as well, because what do you mean as soon as a child turns 10, they have to lose all of their interests? Now they must be like you, an overconsumer, an overconsumption fanatic who lives above thy means. No, Play-Doh and Barbies are not baby-like. If anything is baby-like, it'd be one of these. Or one of these, or even this. It frustrates me because this is a 10-year-old we're talking about here. A 10-year-old that wants toys. Buy them the toys.
Starters, I don't think Barbies nor Play-Doh are baby toys. I think like a rattle is a baby toy, but if we're putting them into the category of baby toys, get your kid the baby toy. I don't know when as a society we shifted away from the mindset that kids can play with toys when they're like 9, 10, 11 years old, but we gotta go back. We gotta take it back. I have 2 daughters, ages 7 and 9, and I can't tell you how many birthday parties I've gone to where I ask what the kid wants, and I'm told that they want a gift card for their iPad, like the iTunes store gift card, or Sephora gift cards, which blows my absolute mind because my 9-year-old needs literally nothing from Sephora.
And see, this is what a sane parent sounds like in the year 2024. A 9-year-old actually doesn't need anything from inside of Sephora, nor do you have to give in to them just because they've seen these products everywhere all over TikTok and it's influenced their really young minds to think that they want that too. But they don't actually want that. They're children. If you treat kids like they're kids, they're gonna act that way. But if you treat kids like they're mini adults, they're gonna act that way too.
Kids are only going to be kids for a very short window of their lives, so allow them to be kids during that short window. Do not encourage them to grow up faster than they have to.
Exactly this. And I can't understand why this logic is demonized and even deemed as parent shaming when in fact it's quite literally the opposite. In what way is being told as a parent that you should allow your child to continue being a child parent shaming? Where is that parent shaming exactly? If you're doing a bad job at something, you'd probably want someone to inform you of that. It's kind of why I'm so open to criticism, because I am always looking for ways to improve every single day. And if you're not, that is an issue. You don't have to improve every single day. Of course, that is just an exaggeration, but you have to be at least open to hearing some things sometimes that are not always going to be the best and aren't going to be praising you, because humans are never at 100% of their full capacity and capabilities. And that's why I genuinely believe that this mum is right. Gift your kids actual kid things and they'll want to be kids. But if you're constantly giving into things like Laneige, lip care, all of these drunk elephant products, Glow Recipe, don't complain when they're acting like they're 16 at 10.
If your kid asks for toys this year that you personally think they are too big for, that is a you problem. That is not a them problem. There's nothing wrong with them. That is typical. That is normal. I was playing with toys when I was at the probably like 9, 10, 11 age group. Your kid should be playing with toys as well. 9-year-old more than likely doesn't need a new gift card for games on their iPad, nor do they need a Sephora gift card. They probably need a bike, a helmet, some chalk, a couple of toys, and a few good friends. That's what they need for Christmas this year.
It is so refreshing hearing that there are still sane parents out there. Like, I'm in awe right now. I was still playing with toys until I was like, 11? Because I have younger siblings. Oh my God, I was too grown apparently to be playing with toys. How embarrassing is that logic, dude? No matter what age you are, you can still play with toys. You don't have to immediately just lose all of your interest just because you're growing up. And also 10 years old isn't 25. I'm not sure why this parent was acting that way. But the Gen Alpha Christmas lists are looking worse and worse each and every single year. And I didn't honestly think that was possible after I saw so many Gen Alpha kids last year want Dior lip oil. What's up with Dior? Genuinely, what is up with Dior? Is it like this secret that I don't know about, how, good it is or something? I don't know. Let me know down in the comment section below. I'm done! I'm done. It is really hot in this room because Australia going through our summer for this Christmas. So I am going to go hop in the shower before I get way too sweaty. I've already had a shower this morning, by the way, but I don't want to have the fan on or anything because I don't want you guys to be uncomfortable listening to the audio because I'm such an audiophile. Lol. But with all that being said, thank you for your stay at Yappersville today, everybody. The merch is almost sold out, which is genuinely surprising me. I don't know why, but it is, and it's just wow. Seeing y'all in the I Heart Drama Queen shirts is crazy. Yeah, I'm a bit awkward when it comes to talking about this because it's just something that you would never expect to see in a million years, especially when you're somebody who is just making vids because you love yapping, and we have a community of fellow yappers that also love the yappenings too, which is so fucking cool. If you have any Gen Alpha kids in your life, such as nephews, nieces, younger siblings or whatnot, and they are wanting insane gifts for Christmas, send them over to dramakweensubmissions@gmail.com. Take care of yourselves, okay, this Christmas. Take care of yourselves. Most of all, love your fucking selves, okay? If you don't, I will be under your bed and I will be waiting for your toes and I will be tickling them, okay? Good night.